Mike, can you bring it? Can you bring it? If you can fill it up with the screen, that'll be fine. I don't need to see the carpet. Bring it back. That's right. Thanks. Okay, we got Fach and Ricky on table 1. Fach and Ricky on table 1. Let's see what goes down.
Just keeping them on defense.
I don't want to pick up too much of that background. Fach is a heck of an opponent for Ricky.
Nice move.
Must be getting down to the last because Frank is up here.
Frank?
Let me get Frank.
I'm going to have Frank come with me.
Not a problem.
Hey, Big Charlie, coming up. Hang here. Frank will do the next match. Frank will do the next match. You're cool, man. Sit down. You're having fun, man. You're having fun, bro. I'll take that from you.
Right now, you have Marie starting. Did you?
All right, man.
How did you do?
I got 8-2. I lost 8-2.
Wow.
But I had a chance. It was a good match.
They're starting to wrap things up around out here, and the only other matches going right now is Frank and Ricky. Fach and Ricky, and Frank is in the barber's in the wings waiting on the next match. Maria's starting to clean up back there in the back. Her son is starting to move balls to the counter. She's wiping the board down, so look like it might be if it becomes Fach and Frank the barber, there will be a split. They will not be playing each other. I guarantee you that.
If they split, who's gonna play Santos?
Okay, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
So you got 2 matches left. This match, 3 matches.
Right.
This match, Frank the barber is going to play the winner of this.
Right.
Then the winner of this plays Santos.
Correct. Ricky's pretty much been on defense this game.
Huh?
Ricky's been on defense real hard this game.
Yeah. We're going to have to get together, Charlie.
Oh man, for sure, Box. For sure.
I know you didn't think I was that deep, but
Nah, you know what, Box? It's. I've heard you before. You know I have. But I've been listening to you for a couple of days now, over and over and over, different matches. You know, and it's.
I'm surprised your boy just called you and started laughing about it.
Not Tyrone.
Ty, yeah.
Oh man.
Me and Ty go back, you know that.
Yeah, that's it.
He was one of the cats that, Ty was in front of me, and he was one of the cats that we had to catch up to, or attempt to catch up to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Ty.
Missed it.
I was battling my way, defending my turf when he was around.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but he's gotten old.
We all get old.
Yeah, he's gotten old, but his game shows it.
Well, at some point in time, you stop learning. When you stop learning, it's,
Totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally different.
Now that I got myself in a little situation, when you walk in my living room now and open up my cabinet,
Yeah.
I got about maybe 400 musical CDs. I got to have some music.
Yeah.
From OG status down to the G status.
I
got to have it. But on the other side,
DVDs.
one pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I know you tell me I gotta get the DVDs, but I've been watching it on YouTube. I've been watching it on
good.
POV, and
That's
it's
good.
like I'm watching these guys do different things. I've played 4 people in the last 2 days of me playing here, and I want you to know I'm 4 different styles, 4 different styles of play.
But see, be careful. Be careful. Because some cats, get into it and emulate.
Okay.
And if you listen to me before, the cats that's listening to me now, I've said this many times. I love watching DVDs, but there are certain ones I stay away from. One of them is Ephraim.
Yeah, you can't do what he does.
Can't do it. I love to see the imagination. I love to see the whole other thing. I might watch it, but then I'm gone.
Yeah.
Because I go to something else. Because you start trying to do things that's outside your realm.
Exactly. It used to happen to me when I went to tournaments. And I went to the big tournaments, and I see the players, and I'm like, damn, wow, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I come back here trying to do that, man. I'm like, you know what? See, I'm not geared for that. I'm not geared for that.
And you don't have to be elaborate to win.
No.
Simplicity is the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
These two cats is battling strategically right here.
Oh yeah, this ain't nothing. This is a real fight.
Fach got a coat on too. He's playing in a coat.
Yeah, it's a thin one though. It's a hustling coat, so it's thin.
These two cats here know each other well, but they don't know each other like that on the pool table. They don't get a chance to play each other that often. That's what Fach was looking at. He was worried about that. Being able to carry them balls back across the table like that.
What's he playing with, man? I've never seen that stick before. Fach.
That's Fach's stick. He made that stick. That's Fach's stick. He made that stick. Ricky's playing with a Montavo, I believe. In fact, I'm certain that's a Montavo that Ricky's playing with. The one that Fach is playing with, he made himself, designed it himself. Fach even designed the extension in between. See the extension in the middle?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, he designed that himself too. Fach has been up under the tutelage of one of our 1970 adversaries, Kenny Yoshida, out at Golden Q. That's who Fach has been up under his tutelage for many a year.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, with Kenny Yoshida. And I know, looking over at walk talking to Don Lee. I know Don Lee has many a story to tell.
Oh, a veteran of the sport? Yes,
Oh, yeah.
most definitely.
Many a story to tell.
Most definitely.
The way this table is set up, that ball pulled away.
Yeah.
You put inside. A lot of cats don't realize when they put that inside English on the ball.
And it's moving slow.
Excuse me.
And it's moving slow, it's gonna bite.
But it's going to pull away. The tighter,
Yeah.
it's going to pull away. Inside, going to pull it away. Outside, it's going to let it open up.
Right. Yeah, once you slow the speed down.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's going to pull. And that's what happened to Ricky right there. He put that inside on to try to hold that rock. That was a critical shot. Is he going to shoot at his hole or is he going to move to 13?
No, he's got to move to 13.
He ain't got to.
Really?
He ain't got to. He just made his mind up. He might want to go to the cushion first, and then to the 13.
Yeah, just tap it.
So,
Yeah.
Marie left already?
I'm not sure.
Well, probably did because she'll be here all day tomorrow.
Yeah, he still got the same problem because of that 13.
Yeah.
You got to go back at it. It's going to cost him.
He tried to touch the 15. He should have went past the 15 into the rail first and then kicked the 13 like he did before.
Yeah.
Is that Marie back there? I think that's Marie back there talking to Twig, huh? Yeah.
Actually, it is.
She's going to have a rough day tomorrow.
Oh, first Sunday.
First Sunday.
Yeah, I think my wife is leaving tomorrow.
This is a heck of a shot right here. Do I play the cross corner or do I take a chance and pocket the 13 ball and nothing else goes to my pocket?
Sure don't. 14.
But how do I get into it?
I don't say it.
That's what he's looking at now.
Yeah, I don't say it. No, I was saying my wife leaves tomorrow, so tomorrow morning, so it depends on what happens there, whether I'll make it tomorrow.
Shot.
Actually, that was a good shot. Left itself a bank.
15 ball.
No, I'm thinking 9.
15 ball, get behind the 9, 6, 12, and 8. That's what I'd have done.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yep.
Cut the 15 ball, slide the rock in between the 6 and the 1 and the 12 and the 8.
It's a natural. It's cold weather, man. It gave me a lightweight cold.
Oh, man, I've been playing with this here, man, for I don't know how long. Ricky was trying to get up. But he was really tentative because he didn't know if he was going to make that ball or not. You got to stay committed to the shot.
Yeah. Heard you say that.
Yeah. If you're going to shoot it, stay committed to it. Win, lose, or draw, stay committed to the shot.
There you go. There it is.
Now see right here, if this was a Brunswick table, it might be better to go ahead and give him the 9 ball instead of trying to dig it out and miss it and wind up giving him 2 or 3 balls. Just go ahead and give him this ball and play from there.
Yeah,
like
but
the great Jet Johnson would say. Play from there. You can play from anywhere, but you got to play from there.
he's gonna make him shoot it if he has it.
4-ball goes, don't it?
Nah, 4-ball's too close to the side pocket. Yeah, he's got to walk past that side pocket. And then I'm not sure if he'll even go in that corner.
2-1. That's the 13 ball that Fach pocketed. He forgot to pick it up.
Yeah.
Ricky made sure he got it.
Yeah.
2 balls, Ricky. 1 ball, Fach.
Yeah, that 4 doesn't look like he'll go.
Ricky has enough room to pocket that 12 ball.
Yeah, he does.
If he wants to shoot at it.
No, get ready to threat.
You know, you give him the ball instead of trying to move it.
Yeah.
Why not give him 3 or 4 balls?
Makes sense.
Why do that? Count. Ricky 2, Fach 2.
Frank beats me like that.
Now the 11 ball looks good.
It's the kind of shot that Ricky likes to shoot.
Shot it back. But he still didn't leave Fach anything because that 4 ball still doesn't look good. It's too close to the side pocket to be on an angle.
Nice shot, Fach.
Yes, it was.
Nice shot. Now he's doing this because he don't see nothing after an 8 ball. So he's gonna shoot the combination. See,
Stood up.
he never should have done that. Rule of thumb, pocket the ball.
Well, nations aren't guaranteed anyway.
Yeah, but he tried to use the combination because he didn't see nothing that he could do with the 8 ball. If he just made the 8 ball, there was nothing he could get to.
Right. Well, I'm looking
Ball
at
count,
4 balls
Ricky
here.
3.
Yeah.
No, Fach 3, Ricky 2.
I'm looking at 4 balls here. Yeah. Get over there behind the 1. And then he can actually come back down and get the 6.
He's going to get the 1 ball.
Yeah. Can't play it.
He's going to move the 8 ball. See?
Pocket's usually pretty deep.
Yeah, but you don't take a chance on moving it when you can give it to him. Like I said earlier.
Yeah.
You
Give
wind up giving away how many balls?
1, 2, 3. I'm looking at 4.
All because you didn't want to give him 1.
Yeah. So that counts 4-3. Ricky.
Ricky knew he should have done that. Well, guess what? Give him the 8 ball and get the 1 ball out of there.
Yeah. It's a logical thing to do. Matter of fact, when I was playing with him earlier, I'm looking at shots, and he's like, man, you got a ball sitting in the pocket on my side. Get rid of it.
We got a count of
5-4.
5-4. Fach. Excuse me.
Now I'm not sure if this is dangerous or not.
I didn't mean for the microphone to pick that up. Free shot.
Okay.
Shoot it to make it, not to miss. Shoot it to make it.
3-4.
Get down, Lee.
You got it.
Who's it? Take over.
Now that I see you, I remember. Because I don't remember you well, but but you like I.
Hey, Don.
Yes.
You can't sit there unless you commentate.
Oh, it's okay. It's just that my enemies will know where to find me now.
Dude, you gotta talk into the mic though.
Oh, okay.
This is the cat I've been telling you guys about, Don Lee, from the 70s. Hell of an adversary. Don, glad that we finally hooked up. Glad that you're here. The last time I saw you, Don, was Hawaiian Billiards. You was on the table by yourself practicing. This is after you bought the business.
Yes, down on Pico. But I tell you what, you talk about a Hawaiian Billiards, people don't realize what an action spot that was. It was just
Last time I saw you was, I think I saw you there last, and prior to the '93 LA Open. Now I'm surprised I didn't see you at the '93 LA Open.
I just visited. I was way in the back. I was with my wife, and it was a big deal. So we went down there. But when you're with your wife, it's different,
Right,
so
right,
it just.
Right.
But I have to say something because I did watch a few videos, and someone had asked you about Cecil when he played right-handed, and I mentioned it to you when we first spoke. Cecil really could play. It just that. And I want to explain something that I see now, and they talk about, and what has always been. They talk about power one pocket. Well, the top players when I first went to the pool room, like Cecil, Ronnie Allen, and I never really saw Marvin Henderson play or some of these other guys. That was run-out pool. They played one pocket. Like 9-ball.
Exactly.
They'd trade a few shots. There'd be a little bit of an opening. Someone would kick the ball in, play a combination bank, or do something, and they'd run out.
Yeah.
It was like scary good.
I explained to the viewers before that power one pocket is nothing new.
No.
Nothing new. And the last time I saw Richie Florence, you remember the pool room that was on Pico? Was that West Pico Bowl?
Yes, West Pico Bowl.
West Pico Bowl.
Yes.
I saw Richie Florence there and Cicero Murphy.
Oh, yes, straight pool players.
That's right. That was before they closed it down. It was a nice place, too,
Yes.
as I recall.
Yes.
West Pico Bowl was a real nice place.
Yes, they had a big golf game there.
Yes, they did. Cecil on the right side now. Quite naturally, Cecil was older than me, but the pool where I came from out of is on Jefferson, across from the pawn shop.
I don't remember that, but you told me about it.
My dojo was right there too, next to the library. At that time, you know, we was all filtering out. What I mean by that is, we would get in the car and go to Hawaiian Billiards. Leave Hawaiian Billiards, go to the Yankee Doodles. Leave
Yes.
Yankee Doodles, and go to the marina. Leave the marina, go to the valley.
Right.
I mean, it was a whole big chitlin circuit to us.
Yes, you'd have to travel
You had to travel.
wherever the action was.
Right. Now you don't have those venues. You know, the last time in fact, I saw him here maybe 3 years ago, Ron. Remember Rick Rojas?
Oh yes, Ronnie Rosas.
Ronnie Rosas.
Yes.
I saw him here maybe 3 years ago. And I was dumbfounded when I saw him. And I told him, I said, look, the last time I saw you was the marina. And he said, hey, that was a long time ago, but
Yes.
but he came and played in a couple of tournaments here.
When he was a youngster, which you're talking about Marina Billiards now, and I'm going to say in his 20s, he looked like he was going to be a world champion.
I thought he was going to beat Alan Hopkins at the Sands for the championship.
Yes, yes.
You know, and he didn't.
Yes.
He had other problems, other issues too, but he was a formidable opponent for many people. But to have so many venues that we had at that time in the 70s, you know, we had so many venues done.
Yes.
You know.
Every pool room had a house champion, and those house champions were pretty good players,
Right.
and they'd travel around and play. One of the regular games at Marina Billiards, which you're talking about, and someone that comes in here today is Little Al. Little Al used to come in and play Jimmy Marino, and Jimmy Marino at the time was a world champion. I don't know if he won any championships, but he wasn't getting a spot from any of the best players, and he would break even and win. So he was awfully good. And Al would get the 7, and to put things in perspective, I heard that Little Al and Jimmy Marino were playing a session for $100. I drove 20 miles to see that session. But pool time was 85 cents an hour.
Right.
And I was playing pool for 25 cents a game.
Right.
So you know, it just and by the way, that's the difference too. And I realize that 25 cents sounds like a ridiculous price, but we used to be able to play pool at a price that you could afford.
Right.
And what I see now, though, is
And you can stay in action.
yeah, you could stay in action. You know, you double up and go to 50 cents.
That's right.
And $1 a game was pretty good money. It just and $5 a game, one pocket, was a hell of a game.
Yes.
But you know, it was mostly 9-ball. Even though the world championship at the time here in LA was straight pool, I never knew anyone that played it other than Cicero Murphy that you talked about.
In fact, you remember Cripple Shorty?
Oh yes, know him well.
Well, what happened and how I wound up with you was I was commenting about the book that Freddie the Beardhead wrote, and it made me think about Cripple Shorty, who you and I both know played at a high level for big money for a long time.
Yes.
And I mentioned him, so we brought him in, and then when me and you made contact, I also made him aware of you too. And my point being is, there were many players that didn't make it to the accolades that we both know were very big, high-end players.
Yes. A lot of those guys. Well, in the case of Shorty, he never had the opportunity. Had he had the opportunity, and his height hurt him, and being a limper.
Right.
I'm sure that he tired easily, and it was really hard on the guy.
Yeah.
But not only do you have to have all the skills, you need to get the opportunities, and that's what many of these players didn't have.
Right.
And then there's another aspect which unfortunately the pool room provides, is there's so many distractions.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to mention the various distractions, but man, the gambling, the women,
it all goes hand in hand.
right, you know, and of course the biggest thing is the drugs.
Right.
It has probably destroyed more future champions than anything we know, and it's pretty amazing.
I know, me being behind you, I know when I was coming up and I was watching you, Hawaiian Brian Shorty, Oscar Beaver, Cecil's brother, Artie. Remember Artie?
Oh yes.
Artie, Romus. When I was watching those cats play, it was no doubt they had talent, but had no place to take it.
Yes, yes. You know, we need to
Aaron,
put.
same thing.
Oh yes, no. Aaron likes his home room. Aaron would never travel.
That's right.
That was the thing about Aaron is that you had to go play him at Charlie Neal's.
Right,
You know, it just
right.
because he wasn't interested in playing anywhere else.
Right.
But we need to put something in perspective because Box is being very nice and mentioning my name with all these good players. I never had the skills to be a top player, but I was just around the room so much and willing
Same
to
thing
play.
with me.
Yeah,
Same thing with me.
and played cheap. You know, so I've played all those guys, but
But don't get me wrong, the point being is we were there.
yes, we got to see things that you don't see today.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm saying we were there. Not on a high level, but we were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The biggest thing I think is that we could go to the pool room and there'd be a game every day.
Right.
And I could get a game. You know,
Right.
and it's just now I think what I've seen with Efren, there's nothing like him. You know, I've seen guys play as well as Efren for a short time, but year after year, shot after shot, Efren's the guy. I've watched a few YouTubes now that I've tried to come back and see the game, and I looked up Keith McCready because Keith McCready was the best player in the country at the time, I guess late 70s, possibly in the 80s. And if you watch him on the videos, you don't see anything like the way Keith can play or played then. The example I want to bring up is that I saw a session where he started out against a very good player, I don't remember his name, giving him the 8. Keith beat him. Keith gave him the 7. Keith beat him. Keith gave him the 6, and Keith beat him. Keith offered him the 5, and the guy said, you know, I'm not going to play you. He says, it's not that I don't think I can win if I could get a shot, but I've played you for 6 hours, and you have not missed the ball in 6 hours. And I saw part of that, and he was right. Keith just never missed.
Well, you know, it's not so much like it is now. Back then, it was the challenge. You know,
Right.
guys wanted to be the best.
They were
That was the challenge.
they were willing to get up and play, and you don't play this game for free. You got to play for something, and they
Right.
played for something.
Right.
Yeah, and there's no way to compare some of the old players with the new players today, but it's. I think what Box can give you, and a little bit of what I can give you, is the perspective, is that what you're seeing in Efren clearly is the best, but there were guys that were close.
Correct. Yeah, but didn't get there.
Didn't get there. And then there's guys that I heard of that I never saw play, but again, from what I was told, they were world beaters.
Yes.
So it's just that, and that's another thing. In your home room, on your table you regularly play on, you're going to be tough to beat. That's where I give Efren a lot of credit again, is that he'll play you anywhere. Yes, yes.
You know, that's one thing I liked about those days that we played. By me being the baby of the bunch, I was able to get in the car. I was able to see a lot of things. And one of the things that I really hold dear is my experiences at Hawaiian Billiards. And I say Hawaiian Billiards because that is where the action was. If you came from anywhere in the United States at that time,
Yes.
you had to come to Hawaiian Billiards.
Yes, yes.
If you was having any kind of gamble about you, you had to come to Hawaiian Billiards. And
You know what you just mentioned, and I understand hard times is that it has been at times and certainly will be again. A place becomes the place to go to play pool, and you know it's just that. Hawaiian back then, it didn't matter who you were, you could get a game, and this is going to sound funny in today's world, they would guarantee you would get to your car.
Exactly.
With the money.
Exactly.
You could leave with the money.
Exactly.
You know, just,
Exactly. You know, I remember too when I come into certain venues like this place here, we got 4 lights on the TV table. But if those lights wasn't there, it'd be a little darker. And Hawaiian Billiards was such a bright place.
Yes.
You know, it was bright.
All right, where's my cake? We're out of here.
You guys gone?
To again put things.
You guys go home and do dialysis.
All right, Fach.
All right, take care, Frank. Again, to put things in perspective, is Hawaiian Billiards was an old-style pool room where it was just one large room, very high ceilings, and a lot of fluorescent lights. And so at night, I would say it was about as bright as it was during the daytime. There was just...
And you know what? I've never, ever, and I come out that same neighborhood, I've never, ever seen lights out in Hawaiian Billiards.
Well, you know, I don't know if it was...
I've never seen lights out.
Yes. You know, the attraction here in the Southern California area was that in Los Angeles, the pool rooms had to close at 2 a.m., excuse me. And so anything that stayed open after hours became the place to go play.
And Hawaii was in Inglewood.
Which was after hours.
Which was after hours.
Exactly. And the Marina Billiards that we talk about, that was in Culver City, which you could open after hours. And then, of course, before Bellflower, there was the Bellflower Palace, which is right down the street. And that, I never saw a pool room like the Palace. There were probably 20 tables, and 12 of the tables would have money games. It was just unbelievable because everybody wanted to play, and it was the place to go play.
Right, but you know, you got to remember, every pool player at that time, as I knew each other.
Yes.
There's no place you could not go that you did not know another one pocket player, 9-ball player.
Yes. And the amazing thing is that they would play. You know, I think everybody tries to get the best of the game, but back then it wasn't as tough to get the guy to the table. And granted, I think they were playing for less. You know, they'd play for $50 and $100, but the value of being in action every day and being able to go there and play and stay in stroke and play for money, that was.
I told this story on the air before. 1977 or 76. I went to Bert Schrader's place. Ordered me a steak. Of course, back then, money was a little easier. Ordered me a steak. It took him 6 weeks, 8 weeks to build it. Calls me up one day. The steak is ready. I jumped in the Cadillac, shot down to North Hollywood, picked up my steak. I was so happy. Got to my home pool room, jumped out the car, walked in, screwed it together, and went to game. Now the moment that screw is done. How much the stick weighed? I don't know.
Yes.
What kind of tip was on it? I don't know.
Yes.
What size was the shaft? I don't know.
No. You know, that Box is mentioning a guy that is well known in Southern California. He was a 3-cushion billiard player. And I don't know exactly how he got started making cues, but he started out making them for billiard players. And for a pool player, a billiard cue is like playing with a broomstick.
Yes.
They're short. They have real fast tapers. That is, they may start out at 12 or 13 millimeters at the tip, but very quickly they turn into a broomstick. And how anybody could make a ball with it, I don't understand.
I had Shorty here maybe 2 months ago. And one of the youngsters out of the neighborhood, him and Shorty been playing at Crenshaw. And you know, Shorty, a lot of people don't know this, but Shorty was a straight pool player too.
Yes, best game.
So him and the youngster plays, even right now they play. So when I happened to get Shorty here, the youngster was here, so they started playing straight pool. And I walked over and looked at Shorty's stick. He's playing with a 14 millimeter.
Yes, and you know what? He always did like a big shot. And you know, have you seen his bridge? His bridge is like that. It's just that what I'm describing the box is that a lot of players like to wrap their finger around the shaft, and you know that's personal preference. Shorty, the finger that loops around above the cue, there must have been a half-inch clearance. So the fact that shaft could have been a 16 or 18 millimeter, and he would have room. Yes, yes.
I looked at the shaft and I said, Shorty. He said, man, I've been having this stick, and the shaft is like a broomstick. He said, I want to get as much tip on the ball as I can.
Yes, yes.
That's what he always said.
You know, I want to mention something, and it relates to Shorty, and this is the difference today than when I first started to play pool, is that no one would tell you anything. And if they told you something about the game, you had to double check whether it was the truth, because he could have been lying to you to hurt your game. And I know that doesn't sound kosher, but I mean, this was the pool room, is that the way you made money in the pool room is to beat someone, so you didn't want to give this guy anything to improve his game.
Right.
Shorty was the exception. He did not give away a lot, but I feel like we should give him credit, and I want to tell you what he told me one day when he saw me try to break up some balls, is that after I got back up on the rail, and he said, you know, you didn't have a chance the way you tried to break up those balls. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you were going into the strongest part of the cluster. He said, you could have hit that as hard as you could and you wouldn't have gotten a shot. He said, had you tried to hit the left side instead of the right side, you would have been guaranteed a shot. So the tip of the day, and this is from Crippled Shorty, is that you don't just run into the balls that you're trying to break up. There's a side or a part of the cluster that will give you the best chance to have another shot. And I've heard Box mention that you went into those balls wrong.
You know what he said?
And I'm sure that's what he meant.
But I'm gonna rob him when you come out now.
He's talking to Banking Mike, and I got to tell you, he walked into Crenshaw. I've just been back into the pool room a few months now, and I said, "Do I know you?" He said, "You should," and then he says, "Mike," and I say, Banking Mike, because if you've been around the guys, you stretch certain words and they might be 1 or 2 syllables, you turn them into 7-syllable words. And so this is Banking Mike, and believe me, in fact, he was at the Bellflower Palace. I remember you on one of the tables just shooting those banks in from all over the place.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, have you ever seen the kind of action that they had at the Palace again, where most of the tables had games on them?
No.
Now, I don't know what it was about that place, but this was a place where more than half the tables, they were playing for money.
Yep.
You know, I paged you early this morning.
I got it, yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it.
Okay. In fact, I went out to Santa Monica last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just left him like that. I'm trying to get Don to give me I don't want him to sell me nothing. I want to be, before I die, I want to be able to say, Don Lee gave this to me. And I'm going to cherish that. So I'm going to wait on him. He said he's going to
I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to find something to give the Banking Mike, because that's the kind of guy he is. But you know what? I want to illustrate what I described about Banking Mike. Maybe at one time the best action room in the country. So if you got up on a table in this room, you better have some balls. And then not only does Mike get up, he's firing in these banks that nobody should be shooting. And the way he was shooting men, nobody was going to play him. So, you know, it's just...
Watch this, dog. I'm 59. I just turned 59. I've been knowing that man since I was 12 years old, dog. 12 years old.
Yep.
You hear me?
A nice guy too. I mean,
he's not a nice guy. He's just another guy.
Actually, one of the best guys I know.
just ask Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, take care. I wish you could see Banking Mike and just picture this guy in a room full of champions shooting balls in, and no one is jumping up to play him.
He's what was this?
That's why I said there's no money in pool. You probably make more money if you sell your pool.
Hey, rock and roll. The cat talking to me is named Don Lee, one of my idols from the 70s. He's in front of me. I was behind those cats. And I just brought him in to tell a few stories and talk to us about some of the things that took place in the 70s. I'm talking about early 70s.
You know what? We better give him some background. I'm Chinese, and the reason why I bring that up is that I grew up in a very conservative family where you didn't say anything unless you were spoken to. And I lived a very sheltered life. That is, other than what I saw on television, I had no idea what went on in the real world. I went to LACC, and across the street from LACC was a pool room called Rack and Snack. And when I walked into that room, the first two players I saw, and Fox will remember them both, was Mike Ozawa. And I saw this guy shoot a ball in with this white ball, and the white ball went backwards. Instead of going forwards in the direction he shot, it went back about 3 feet. And I'm going, what was that? I said, that's like nothing I'd ever seen or could possibly be. And so I was hooked. From that moment, when I saw that in that pool room across the street from junior college, I decided I was going to start going to the pool room.
That became one of the circuits too.
Yes, Rack and Sack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike had a tournament here last night.
Mike Ozawa? He runs tournaments here?
Yes.
Amazing.
He runs a 3-cushion tournament.
I didn't even know he played 3-cushion. That's pretty amazing.
When we was on Crenshaw, I never saw him play 3-cushion, but he's playing 3-cushion. He's got a good tournament going on over there, and we had a big tournament last night.
I see they have that top-notch heated European billiard table.
That's because of Mike.
Okay, which costs an arm and a leg. I really mean that. When I was in the 70s, this table was $8,000 or $9,000 when you could buy a regular table from Brunswick for $3,000. So it's never mind that you wouldn't want to play on this $3,000 Brunswick table. Not that and I want to clarify, they make an excellent pool table, but their billiard table is terrible.
Mike, you remember Gary?
There were a few Garys, so I'm not sure which one.
Mike and Gary were related. About marriage or what, and I can't remember Gary, but Gary lived on the same block I lived after I left 2nd Avenue. I moved on 41st, and Gary lived on 41st, same street Mr. Moulton lived.
Okay, yes.
Gary lived on that same street too. I can't remember Gary's last name.
And the memory is not so good.
Right.
And so
I know Mr. Motor was on that street for a long time.
Yes.
And I can't remember Gary's last name, although I try to remember as many names as I could especially from that era. But him and Michael used to play here every Tuesday and Thursdays, and then Mike started this tournament, and this tournament turned out to be a real big thing locally.
Well, 3-cushion players are very dedicated, and if you have good tables and you can give them some competition, yes, they'll drive over here. There used to be a very large following at North Hollywood Billiards for three cushion.
Right.
Are they still in business, or
No, they're not.
Okay, well, you know what? Then I'm happy the three cushion players have a place to play because
I went back to I remember across the street from Tad's place on Washington.
Acme Billiards.
Acme Billiards.
Hey, is this over?
And Acme Billiards had two places. One on Washington and another one on Robinson.
Oh, okay.
Robinson and Pico.
Uh-huh.
And when I first came back, I was so smitten with the place. I remember the lady and the man that owned the place.
Right.
I went back and I was unable to find them.
Well,
they had bought so much stuff from them.
Yes.
You know who that is coming up over there?
Oh yes, he played on 6th Street.
Could you just drop it out and then bring it back?
He was a hell of a player on 6th Street.
You guys having fun?
Oh yeah.